Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Thursday, May 17th, 2018. In both the Lynn Life and the Jamie Body Mind, the authorized souls remain only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions, and all other souls from all other dimensions, as long as they're already living by the Search for Truth rules given to the Search for Truth community by wiser minds above all of us, and are already contributing more to completing the many Search for Truth assignments given to the Search for Truth community by wiser minds above all of us, than the souls are taking or using or borrowing in Search for Truth resources. It's a hallmark of this effort that we must all give more to the effort than we take in resources.
That's true.
As always, our foundational intention remains to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions, to create worlds that work in all dimensions for all categories of sentience inside those dimensions, since that's what our ironclad soul contracts commit us to doing. Sometime in the most recent overnight, the wizard seems to have gone back upstairs to see if he can get clarity about what he's supposed to do. His attitude seems good, but he's asking his questions of the wrong people, and it's possible he's framing his questions incorrectly. And we do know that when we ask the wrong question, we get the wrong answer. And we know when we ask the wrong people, even when we're asking the correct question, we still get the wrong answer.
That's true.
Is there a Ra up there who feels comfortable talking to the wizard and helping the wizard find his way through the decision-making process so that he can see whatever it is that he's supposed to be doing right now? Because they're saying, why don't you do it? He doesn't listen to us. Nobody listens to us.
That's true.
The data very clearly shows that we are not able to influence those in larger levels other than shooting questions through their channels. But when they step away from us, we're not shooting channel questions at them. That would be incorrect. That would
That's
be
true.
really inappropriate. And we see many people who dabble in energy work in Ground Zero, Planet Earth, human society, that think it's cool to check out what's going on with other people. And it's kind of like
true.
lifting up their skirts and pulling down their underwear and looking at them. It's really inappropriate.
That's true.
And offensive. And so we don't shoot questions through other people's channels. We don't try to manipulate other people's thinking. If they come here and they're working through the collectives that all the rest of us souls have to work through, then it's our right, and some might say our responsibility, to tend their channels, and focusing helpful questions through the channels is a way of tending them.
That's
But
true.
if they have left this facility and they are not currently living here out of these host life houses, so to speak, then it would be extremely inappropriate to shoot questions through their channels. Why do you ask? 'Cause the fact that you ask kind of indicates that you yourself would be willing to do that. Are your energy manners, is that really what you've sunk to? Is that what you've become? Do you want to think about what that says about you? Whoever sent in that question, don't you want to think about that? Do you want to think about it? I don't think they want to think about it.
No, I don't.
But I don't think they're refusing to think about it. It's in the in-between.
That's true.
I do see that they're wandering off now.
Yeah, floating away.
Floating away. Waiter, this conversation isn't very good.
That's the feeling.
Yes, okay. That's okay. Good luck. What now? To evacuate the even deeper, denser dimensions. Somebody's asking, why are we focusing on that? Well, part of it is because we have a limited opportunity of time, that there isn't a big soul clogging the portals.
That's true.
And carpe this diem, because it may be a while before this kind of diem comes again. We need to get as many smaller presences up and out through the open portal as we can while we have the open portal.
That's
you
true.
ask. Do you hear that music?
Yes, I do.
Isn't that
The Wicked Witch of the West?
the Wicked Witch of the West?
Yeah.
All right. The thing is, even though this is probably smelly energy that's coming up from the depths, it's smelly because we have cut off access to light and truth with our large-scale selfishness.
That's true.
And why are we blaming them for being smelly? You know what this is like, is when people blame pigs for being smelly.
Yes,
when they
it's
keep
true.
the pigs encased in a mud pit and don't clean out the manure. And the pigs can't get out of it because the fencing is strong.
That's
and
true.
then they blame the pigs for being smelly. What now? What now? What now? What now? To break the cycles of bigotry in all dimensions. What now to break the cycles of bigotry? You know what? I'm not interested in breaking the cycles of bigotry. This feels like Pan. I'm interested in carpeting this diem and getting these small presences up and out through this portal. If you guys want to focus on other issues, party down. I'm interested in emptying the depths
That's true.
of souls who are suffering deeply, the dispossessed and the suffering souls of the depths. You just pump it up.
Yeah.
It's going up pretty well right now. There's even kind of, I don't know that there's updraft, but there's no blocking.
That's true.
At least they're not resistant. We see that there's no blocking, nothing blocking the portal right now.
That's true.
And these who are floating up, albeit extremely slowly, are at least not struggling to stay away from the larger presences.
That's true.
And it's possible that that's the best we can do right now. It's kind of sad. How about this? What now to reestablish working interdimensional relationships? What now? Well, let's just kind of toothpaste tube squeeze up. There's not resistance, so we can toothpaste tube squeeze up whatever is in this pillar right now. We can be the one to provide lift, keeping that top end flowing as well when it clogs. We can just use structural work, because working with the concepts isn't very successful right
That's
now.
true.
That's okay. When working with the concepts it hits a snag, we can work structurally.
That's true.
And we can even try to grab whole dimensions who are ready to go up and lift them up. Entire dimensions, line by line, dimension by dimension. That keeps coming up in the messages, working line by line.
That's true.
And while we think it's problematic, events of mass death, we believe are problematic with regard to reestablishing working interdimensional relationships and reestablishing upward flow and reestablishing living in accordance with a soul plan. We could be wrong.
That's true.
And they really seem hung up on it upstairs, so we can lift up line by line, dimension by dimension, categories of sentience. Here you go. Maybe a couple of years ago it was, we were working with lifting up souls who had died in previous events of mass death.
That's true.
And maybe we need to do that again. Maybe that's what they're saying. And there are some. I can feel some. Here's a bunch
I
from
do.
like the Cuban Missile Crisis
Yeah, that's true.
and more. It doesn't have to be human lives. It can be any life.
That's true.
These events of mass death have the look of lots of little glass figurines flash heated and melted together and stuck together.
That's true.
And we lift it up into the light, and now the whole stuck together mass is kind of galumphing along as if it were a wholeness. But it doesn't look correct. It looks not right.
That's true. What now?
What now? What now to reestablish upward flow? What now to have channels going back up? How do we, if we shatter these apart, it will just be creating lots of soul fragments.
That's true.
That's not good. It's fused together, so it doesn't respond well to sorting.
That's true.
Maybe it needs to be melted.
Melted all the way.
Loosened up. Maybe melted all the way. All right, let's try it. Let's simply try it. Nobody has any better idea.
Nobody has any better idea, I don't hear.
Okay, well then we'll try melting it all the way. Oh, that actually does feel better. It's like it's feeling like it's a wholeness. It does feel similar to a standard soul fragment retrieval protocol when we have all those bits of soul energy and we help them come together and form a wholeness and then reunite with the larger presence of soul energy.
That's true.
It is similar. Okay, well now we can send up these, it looks like globs of glittery liquid.
Yes, it does.
Well, let's try to do that for all the previous events of mass death, to simply take the soul energy that has become fused together anyway,
yes,
and melt it into a wholeness. Here are all those who died in the Dresden firebombing, and they're fused together in the soul energy as a mass. We can melt all of those Dresden firebombing deaths and create a new presence.
That's true.
Who maybe can make better choices. And in all of those events of mass death, provide the same service, possibly. Maybe we can get things unstuck.
That's true.
I see them just kind of wandering off. They're making these little melted light presences, but the light presences are just wandering off.
That's true. Kind of floating away.
Mm-hmm. All right.
What now?
What now? To evacuate the even deeper, denser dimensions. What now? To reestablish working interdimensional relationships.
Which way is forward?
Which way is forward? Ooh. Well, let's complete the turn. And we know this process well of thinking, this track I'm on doesn't work. Let me try this one. Ah, that doesn't work either. Let me try this one. Ah, that doesn't work either. Let me try this one. Ah, that doesn't work either. Somewhere along the line, kind of giving up in the inquiry rather than continuing, completing the turn and coming back to, this is still the best choice. Here's this life path. Hello, my old friend. Still the best choice. Thank you for being such a loyal companion. Hello, soul plan, to create worlds that work in all dimensions and for all categories of sentience inside those dimensions. Thank you for being such a loyal companion. Let me see if I can get that soul plan more firmly installed in my back.